both components, art and science, how we really can operate an organization with our based mood. And the topic that we will be discussing, it's all about production methods and transformation process. So, production methods and transformation process. What are the things we are going to learn? Just have a look in the table of content, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be talking about what is production, objectives of production, different types of production that we might have in our organization. We will be talking about mass production, cell production, and we will be talking about objectives of production planning. Very important topic, very practical things we have to learn from today's class. See, my friends, importance of production planning, why it is necessary for all the business leader to plan regarding the production planning, right? We will have different case studies, many examples, so that you guys really can relate with the topics that we are going to learn from today's class. So all of you, please switch on your camera with a smiling face, because now I'll take photo for our attendance. All of you, switch on your camera. Yes, switch on your camera. And could you please type in the chat box, how about my voice tonight? Is it loud and bold? Is it clear enough? Okay, fine. Please type in the chat box. And in the meantime, all of you switch on your camera with a smiling face. No need to be sad. No need to be sad, my friend. Enjoy your time. Okay. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. All of you switch on your camera. Fine. Irish, yeah, you have a great smile, my friend. Very great smile. You know, we have three different kinds of smile. We have minimal smile, we have great smile, and we have fake smile. You know the fake smile? So most of you have great smile. I'm so happy to hear. But some of my sisters, you got minimal smile. Minimal smile meaning to say very, you know, light smile. It's okay. As long as you can smile, you know, your personality is suitable in order to learn something from an international platform. Okay, I'll start the class. Yep, ladies and gentlemen, we will be learning those things. So please promise with me that today you will give more and more attention during the class time. So first of all, let's do a small brainstorming part. You know, maybe now your brain is sleeping. So what do we need to do? We need to do some brainstorming so that our brain can be more and more active, and you can understand the things that I'm going to discuss from the next slide. If I raise a question to you, how will you define production? What is production? Could you please think about the topic for a while? And could you participate in the class? Yes, Aliu, I can see your digital hand, my friend. Yeah, you can unmute your microphone and share with the class. What is production? Yep.
Yes, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon to you too. Go on.
Okay. To my understanding, our production is turning raw materials into finished good or products in manufacturing process.
Okay, very good. Thank you. Aliu, you are absolutely right. Wang Di, unmute your microphone, my good friend from Bhutan. Production.
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Production.
Production is the things. Now, wait, Wang Di. Production is an example. The things what you have inside of your mouth that you are eating, it is also an example of production. Go on, my friend. It's okay. No, sorry. Go on.
Production is something that, you know, it can be converted into something useful to the general public. As a general, okay. I mean, something can be produced from a raw materials and converted into something useful to the general public is a production.
Yeah.
Whether it's a service or kind of production, you know, service production and materials product.
You're
Yes, sir.
absolutely right. I'll take your answer. And Pata, unmute your microphone. From your own perspective, what is production? Go on.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you too, my friend.
Oh, yeah.
Production.
Based on my understanding, production is finished raw materials turning into a complete one.
Okay. Finished raw
distribution.
material to the final product. Okay, very good. Pata, I'll take your answer. Anyone? Evans, you wanted to say something, right? You want to say something. Unmute your microphone. Yeah, you will get only 30 seconds to explain what is production.
Production, I can say?
Yes, what is production? The definition of production.
Production, in my own understanding, as a production is the provision of goods and services.
Very good. You can mute your microphone. Sylvia, my good friend, unmute your microphone. Production.
From my own understanding, production is a process of using raw material, making out something good for the good of the population to a final production.
Excellent. You can mute your microphone. Yeah, I think I have received a lot of ideas, a lot of brainstorming part from the concept of production. So let's stop here and let's proceed to the next part. And I promise I'll talk with all of you when I will have the new topic. Okay, so thank you so much. Yes, all of you are absolutely right. One of our students said it's all about transferring. What transferring? Raw materials to a complete goods or towards a complete service. One day said it's all about converting, right? One raw materials to a complete goods or complete items. And even said, not even, maybe Pata said, final raw materials to the final product. Yes, all of your ideas are absolutely right. But what we are going to do, I'll give you some academic vibes. You know, the academic concept, what is production and how it can be done in an organizational settings so that we can maintain the quality of our production, we can maintain the quantity of our production, we can place right price to our production, we can maintain the standard of our production. Ladies and gentlemen, production is the process of making or manufacturing goods and products from the raw materials or, you know, the components, raw materials or from the components. Very simple and straightforward definition of production. I'll bring you to the next slide. Here, it's all about the definition of production, ladies and gentlemen. So, the definition that you have, the definition that you have shared with the class, it's very generic, right? The common definition of production. Now, what I'll be doing, I'll be sharing something very important that is according to the economists. Evans, you got my point? How economists gives the definition of production. Now, you can follow the slide, but I'll explain related to this slide. Economists call business that product goods or, you know, the producers. So what does it mean? Production is all about the transformation of raw materials or from a components to a final product. Think about a clothing company, you know, the clothing industry, cloth garments industry, producing clothing for consumers. So today, organizations are, you know, following or working towards the trend of outsourcing their production capabilities so that they do not need to perform it themselves. So what is the meaning of production? Yes, it's all about create products to sell this product to the customers, but different industry got different forms or different culture of producing product for their organization. Even you got my point. For example, clothing industry, garments industry, they will follow a different or an approach so that they can minimize the price or minimize the cost of production. If your industry is hospitality industry, so in hospitality industry, what is the meaning of production? The service, right? The quality of the service. So here, what is the raw materials? Obviously, maybe food items, you have to think about the raw materials related to food items, right? But when you are talking about services, where human being involved, you must have to have, professional waiter, waitress. So see, they also are an important part of effective production from the hospitality industry. You see, my friend, so we just cannot think about the raw materials when we are talking about entire production. We need to think many sectors, maybe the involvement of human being, the involvement of technology, the quality of raw materials, the natural things, so on and so forth. Is that clear? So today we are going to talk about more about raw materials, more about components, more about process, more about transformation, more about training, more about human resource management components, so that we really can develop, or so that we really can get the quality product in our organization, ladies and gentlemen. So economists, they said that production is not just producing product. According to economy, our production will be suitable, will be good enough in the market so that we can keep the balance of our raw material cost, then production cost, logistic cost, meaning to say it will be appropriate according to the price, according to the economy. That's the thing I'm trying to mean from this slide. Is that clear, my friends? We just cannot make the best product, but the price is super high, higher than our competitors. Then it will not work. We have to consider the economical part of our production as well. Now, next one, ladies and gentlemen, what are the objectives of production? Yes, there are several objectives of production. Very easy for all of you to understand what are the objectives of production. Why we need production? Because human being, we need different kinds of production in our everyday life. Am I right? We need food, we need drinks, we need furniture, we need house, we need clothes, we need medicine. See, my friends, so in order to meet human needs, maintain the survival of company, no product, no business. Organization cannot survive in the business approach, right? And yes, effective product, quality product always will add value to the organization. Not only that, our production will fulfill the expectations of the market. See the objective that we have for the production part. Not only that, my friend, you can read later on, what we need to do as a substitute for products that are damaged, expired, or goods that we have in our organization. Meaning to say, the objective of production also a very vast and very important part for an organizational setting. We just really cannot produce more production without having proper planning. Maybe you got my point, because production got exact expiry date, right? It has a limited lifetime. So we have to have proper planning when we are going to bring the raw materials, put them in the system, and bring out the output of our production. So we have to have many factors that we need to consider, even for the part of objectives of production. Now, very important things. Next slide, it's all about types of production. So remember the definition of production, that already we have done, right? And the objectives of production. Why we need to think about the production in our business. Now, when we have the basic ideas of production, we got to understand the different types of production that we need to work with in our organization. 4 types of production: job production, batch production, mass production, and the last one is process production. Ladies and gentlemen, could you please type the 4 types of production that we need to work with in our organizational settings? Job production, batch production, mass production, and process production. I'll be explaining all those types of production with many more practical examples. First of all, let's start with the term job production. Job production is an introductory type of production. Why I'm using the term introductory? It's a very basic operation, very basic production. You know, when we are producing a single specific product for a specific customer from any organizational setting, it is called job production. Should I make myself clear to you, my friends? So job production, as all of you can see from the slide, it has some, you know, explanation or some worldly languages. I will add some example and I will make more clearer for all of my students. Job production consists of an operator or group of operators to work on a single job. How many jobs will be there? Only one. How many? Only one, remember. And complete it before proceeding or before, you know, moving to the next similar or different job. Example, let me give you an example. As all of you can see from the image that I have used here, and a young lady is preparing a particular dress, maybe for baby, for you. So you, one beautiful day, maybe one beautiful Sunday, let me address someone. One beautiful Sunday, our dear Mary Joy, she went to the nearest tailor shop. You know the tailor shop. So she wanted to prepare or wanted to make a formal shirt, maybe for job interview, maybe for her presentation, so on and so forth. So Miss Mary, she will go there and the tailor will take exactly what Miss Mary needs, the measurement. You follow how long will be the shirts, you know, how will be the things long, all the things, all the measurement will be there. So how many shirts will be there? Only one, right, Mary Joy? So that could be the best example of job production, especially small types of business, you know, the not that much big or medium size. They always follow the job production method in order to produce the production in their organization. Should I make myself clear to you? So you can consider one more important word in order to understand the job production. It's more about customization, you know, specially customized for a particular group of people or for a particular person. Now you understand, my friend. I'll give you some examples so that you can really understand what is the meaning of job production. A tailor made a shirt or any formal dress. Example of the job production. And if you think about hospitality industry, and if you make an order of a special dish of food, maybe for lunch, maybe for dinner, but with special request. You know, you don't like spicy food, you like spicy food, you don't like beef items, but you like chicken item, you like fish item. So it's specially designed for a particular people, right? So we can consider it as an example of job production. Yes, customized laptop, you know, sometimes some young biker, they would like to modify their bike, right? They will change the horn, the light, you know, the seat cover, so on and so forth. This is also an example of job production. Now, We will continue the job production. What are the features of a job production? What are the skills we need to make sure when we are working with job production? We must have a lot of skills regarding the things that we are going to produce from the job production. Do you know why? Let me stop sharing the screen and let me ask this question to the class. Why we need to have a lot of skills when we are preparing a product under the feature of job production? Anyone would like to share your idea? Anyone? Okay, you have to switch on your camera. Yes, Mr. Tapelo, nice to see you, my friend. Unmute your microphone. Yeah. Hi.
Yes, good afternoon once again.
Yeah, good
Yes,
afternoon.
it is because of specialization.
Yeah.
It's specialization. It's about detail. It's about being specific. So yeah, I don't know if I've answered you.
Yeah, yes, you're absolutely right. Because it's very specific, single product,
Yes.
not that much technology will be involved because you are going to produce only one specific product. You cannot use the supercomputer, right? You must have the technical skills in order to prepare a formal shirt from the tailoring operation. You see, you are going to modify a car. Under job production, you need all those skills, mechanical skill, technical skills. So when we have a business from job production, what do we need to do? We need to make sure that our team members, our employees got much technical skills so that they really can work properly with the job production. Should I make myself clear to you, my friends? I'll bring you to the slide. Mr. Tapalo, please mute your microphone. Please mute your microphone. And then let's proceed. Dependency is more on manual work than mechanical work because job production is only about one specific things. So here, more on manual tasks rather than having the automation or technical part. You see, my friend, customer service and customer management plays an important role. Here, what you need to do, my friends, under job production, you must have strong time management for sure. You must have to know how to keep your commitment. You see, you must have to know how to communicate with your customer effectively. You must have to develop more customer relationship management in your entire operation. Just think about the scenario. Maybe Gracie, Miss Gracie, she ordered a beautiful shirt for her next, maybe for the graduation ceremony. And for example, I'm the tailor. I said, yes, you can collect your product next Monday. But when next Monday, our dear Gracie came to my outlet, I said, sorry, I was unable to prepare your order. Can you please come to the next week? Job production. And obviously, our Miss Gracie will be very angry to the action that I have represented. Am I right? And she will switch her attention from my outlet to another outlet. So please make sure that you have those features in your organization when you are working with job production. We will have few case studies under this job production so that you guys really can understand how it will work in an organizational settings. Right. First of all, we got to remember 1 in 5 consumers will pay 20% premium for personalized product or service. So when we are talking about job production, we got to understand consumer behavior. Consumer behavior. We got two types of consumer. Consumer like me, consumer like my, my rich grandfather. Why I said my rich grandfather? My rich grandfather, maybe he used to spend much money in order to lead a luxurious life. Maru, you got my point, what I'm trying to mean? So customers like me, I'm just happy with the average service. with average quality of the product. So what do we need to do? We need to remember the number. If you think about 5 customers, out of 5, you will get 1 customer. He or she is willing to pay 20% extra, 20% higher price in order to have better product, better services from the market. So what we need to do? We need to be very, very smart with our job production approach. We have to make sure the quality of our product. You see what I'm trying to mean? And the quality service for our product. Now, case study number 1. I believe some of you know about this well-known brand, right? Louis Vuitton. It's quite famous for fashion designing, right? Like the shirts, pants, the sneakers, right? The trouser, all those luxurious things. So how Louis Vuitton is creating more customer, relationship or more positive customer approach? Yes, they will never produce only one single pair of sneaker for a customer. But what they will do, they are willing to customize the order. I mean, customize the order from the customer. Do you understand, Mary Joy, what I'm trying to mean? You are willing to spend money for the brand like LV. So if you want that, I want to put my name over there, the initial on my sneaker, yes, they will customize it. They will design it for you. Or you have special requirements. I don't like red, I like pink. They can design it according to your needs. So see, even well-known, even big, well-established organization, they also take some features from job production. Now you understand, Maro? Because when someone will work with a specific order from Mary Joy, or maybe for Gracie, maybe from Mary, maybe from Marisol. So they have different kinds of, maybe for Mr. Bahadur. So it's totally different from customer to customer. Am I right? And then they need to work individually for each and every requirements so that they really can make better customer service. Now you understand how Louis Vuitton is creating more customer satisfaction by following the approach from job production. Bahadur, you got my point? Is that clear? Fine. Next one. Frame and partners. If you think about this organization, it's a beauty brand, especially the female will like this brand very much in Los Angeles, United States of America. So what you can do, if you buy product from this very platform, you can choose the different color, different slab, the different, how it will be loose or the slim fitting, how you put the top part of your dress. You can customize according to your needs or according to your interest. Now you understand, my friend Miss Ruda, what is the meaning of job production? So the frame and partners, they will never create just one single product for the entire market. They will produce maybe 10,000, 1 million, but out of 1 million, I want to have this product according to the shape of my body. You see? And then the customer support center will do it on behalf of me so that I can get the product according to the needs or according to the body structure that I have. Another thing you can see, the function of beauty. This one is another brand. From this from this option, what you can do, a consumer can go online and take a quiz to determine their hair profiles, selecting up to 5 hair goals, and you can, ranging from color protection or what types of color or what types of hair you have. Now, what I'm trying to mean, everybody, let me stop sharing the screen, especially I think the male, female, both, we all are very, very, careful about the beauty of our hair. Am I right, Maro? Am I right? It's very, we used to spend some time, some money in order to have a beautiful hair. So here, the case study that we have, they are providing hair solution, maybe the hair fall, maybe the hair color. So how they are following job production approach, you can go to their online, you can go to their website, and you have to participate in a questionnaires. Mr. Nurullah, you got my point? They will ask you what color of hair you have, black, brown, red, whatever it is. Currently, what kinds of shampoo you are using, you have to answer them, so that the expert can analyze the current condition of your hair, and they can suggest you the best product according to the needs of your beautiful hair. Now you understand, my friend? Yes, it is also an example or an approach of job production, because now they are going to design their product only for an individual, not for a community. So you guys can ask me, teacher, is it possible to fulfill the expectation of 1 million different customers in a single day? Think properly, my friend. Maybe you have a well-known brand, but every single day you got 1 million plus special types of requests. How you will do that? How you will make sure that you can fulfill the expectations of 1 million customers for only one single day? Yes, it is possible. How is it possible? You have to follow the strategy of maintaining those long queue. You follow what I'm trying to mean? You have to put them in a systematic way so that you really can do the things accordingly that you have, or according to the structure, according to the production method that you have in your organization. It's not impossible, it's possible. Many organizations are doing. I'll give you another example by sharing another case study, my friends. Yeah, right. The Rampa. So they are quite famous for the jersey, jersey. We used to use that kinds of dress for swimming, right? For playing, so on and so forth. So this very brand, what you can do, you can customize your team logo, your team name, the jersey number, so on and so forth. Your initial, just like the other brand that they are following or that they are doing in order to make better customer relationship with their product and with their services. You could remember the name of this brand. Puma, same thing. Because currently, all those successful business, their operations are getting more challenging, more competitive. Kathy, you got my point, my friend Kathy. More and more competitiveness, more and more competition. So obviously, they must have to understand how they can attract every individual by adding or by implementing the job production types approach in their organization. So if you buy Puma, yes, you can design, you can personalize your product so that you really can like the product and you can feel proud of using this product. Okay. Next one, Levi's is a well-known clothing brand. I believe some of you know about it, right? So if you follow closely about the operational or about the production method of Levi's, you will be surprised, my good friends from different countries of the world. Some of their outlets, they got their tailor shop. You follow? You can buy a pants from Levi's, and you can go to their tailoring department, and they can fix, or they can take your measurement and they can adjust the size of the pants that you spend from Levi's, and it will really create more effective value to your personal use. Now you understand, my friends, when we are going to talk about job production, why it is that much important. So far, any question? Because already we have many case studies or many case studies and examples. Now you understand what is the meaning of job production and why it is very important for the well-known organization in all over the world. Very simple, because we have to use the term personalization, customization, so that our product, our service can create more value to our target customers. And for your information, job production can be implemented in each and every industry, business industry. It could be for hospitality industry, it could be for, you know, the garments industry, mechanical industry, everywhere. Mr. Nurullah, you got my point, what I'm trying to mean? Is that clear? Okay, good. Let me bring you to the next slide. The next slide is all about, batch production. Now, after completing the terms job production, now we are going to learn more about the batch production. So what is batch production? If we analyze the word batch meaning to say a group, right? A group. It's not a single unit. It's more than one, a group. Fine. So let me explain, right? The batch production is a method where a group of products are produced accordingly. A group of products are being produced accordingly rather than one at a time. It is up to the manufacturer to decline how big the batch will be and how often these batches will be made. Try to understand. So each batch goes through the separate stages of the manufacturing process together. Now, do you understand what is the meaning of batch production? Here, a group of production will be produced. Now, here, see, to produce similar items in groups, here we need to follow the chronological order, step-by-step operation. Think about the items from bakeries or bakery item like cake, like biscuit. Example, an example of batch production. Or maybe the textiles. It could be another from textiles or furniture. So think about a furniture manufacturing industry like XYZ. So XYZ would like to produce, for example, 100K chair, you know, the chair, the comfortable chair, easy chair, or body massage chair. Mr. Nurullah, you got my point? So 100K units of special types of easy chair XYZ will produce. So obviously, in order to produce 100K, they need the specific time, specific or sufficient raw materials, enough manpower, right? Ready infrastructure, so that they really can prepare or really can produce 100,000 easy chair that they need in their market. So here, there will be no special kinds of request for the easy chair. 1,000, each and every chair will come along with the same standard, with the same quality. But yes, under the batch production, the production color could be vary. You see, the color could be vary. Maybe out of 1,000, 20,000 will be black color, 40,000 will be red color. Whatever it is, they will understand the demands, which color currently market wants, and they will form it, they will give it as a form of batch production. Now, there might be a question, teacher, what are the things we must need to follow when we are talking about batch production? Yes, comparing to the job production, batch production, the number is bigger, right? The number is bigger. So we need what? We need sufficient capital, sufficient technology, sufficient manpower, market research, analyzing customers' expectation, so that we really can come out with the best production that our market is looking for from us. And we cannot forget about the quality of our product when we are talking about 1,000 units of the batch production, like the furniture, textiles, or bakeries. What are the skills we need? We need to integrate more technology in our organization, so that we can really optimize our raw materials. We really can maintain the tight timeline, and we really can keep our commitments for our market. Next one, we will be talking about mass production. So mass production, it's a bigger version than the batch production. Do you understand what I'm trying to mean? Mass, if you analyze the word mass, it's meaning to say many. You follow? It's comparing to the batch production, mass production. It will be more and more. If you think about Coca-Cola, so which method Coca-Cola will use? Obviously mass production. They cannot be happy with only 10,000, 50,000, or 1,000 or 100,000 units of their product, because market got a lot of demands, right? Many people, they would like to drink the soft drinks item each and every single day. So here, mass production, what does it mean? Is the manufacturing of large quantities of standardized products, large quantities, and often using assembly lines or automation technology. So here in mass production, what we need to make sure? We need to make sure we are using strong and most integrated technology for our production process, so that we can minimize the cost of production. We can save our time. We can utilize manpower. We can utilize the capitals that we have invested in our organization. Think carefully. Mass production, many. Think about toilet paper, cell phones, automobiles. So here, comparing to the base production, here we need to be very smart, and we need to be very specific about our operation, ladies and gentlemen. Now, here we need to emphasize that we need to keep our manufacturing cost low by producing uniform products, by utilizing, the standard procedures or the quality of our process. Think carefully, my friend, why we are going to give more emphasis on cost management in mass production. Toilet paper, think about toilet paper. Maybe you need to produce more than 1 million or 1.5 million, 2 million, 3 million, maybe 1 billion. So if you spend maybe 0.5 cents extra for one single unit, my friends, if you calculate with the total number, maybe it will be more than $1 million. Mr. Nurullah, you got my point, what I'm trying to be? So what do we need to do? We really need to keep our manufacturing cost low by producing standard procedures in our organization, in our manufacturing operation, so that we really can be the master of cost management of our production that we have in our organization. Automobiles, it's all about cars, right? Cars, example of mass production. So make sure you got strong technology, standard procedures of producing product, quality raw materials, and you have to be mindful about the cost management. We will continue with mass production. Here, we need automated technology. Think about Coca-Cola industry. Think about Toyota. Think about BMW. They are. We can call that they are one of the largest in their individual industry, right? So they are using automated technology, so that there will be a standard speed of producing their product, standard quality, international standard. So we need to integrate automated technology for better mass production. High amount of capital. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, if it is job production, yeah, we need not to spend that much of high amount of capital. Which production? Yeah, we need, but not that much of high amount of capital. But much production, we must have to think about huge investment for our business. Okay. Mass production, we will have some guidelines that we need to follow for better operation. We need to ensure, number one, an easy and quick approach to maintenance and repair. Meaning to say, we have to focus more on automation system. If anything wrong with any single product under mass production, we must have to develop a quick strategy, quick technology, emergency approach, so that within shortest possible time we can correct when something goes wrong. See, easy and a rapid removal of waste. What do we need to do? Because the mass production, huge number of production. Here we need to think about recycling, waste management, green economy especially. We have to make sure that we have a rapid system to manage our waste, industrial waste, so that our operation will never create any negative impact in our ecological balance. We need to consider a lot of things, my friend, because when you have a manufacturing industry, maybe related to chemical, related to pharmaceutical things, electronic things, maybe nuclear things, you need a certificate, right? You need an approval from the government body, especially from the Ministry of Environment, right? So mass production, yes, you got money, you got technology, but you got to have proper documentation as well, so that you really can run your organization without facing any problem from legal department of your country. You see, yes, here we need to work closely with our logistic and warehousing system, so that we have enough space for storing materials and the complete goods in a proper place. See, these are the things we need to consider. Some of the examples: Coca-Cola, Adidas, Unilever, Toyota, Samsung, Apple, Zara, and Sony. All of those well-known organizations, they are using mass production approach in order to produce their product in all over the world. Okay, so here I just in my mind I have a question. Do you know what is the full form of Adidas? Anyone? Let me stop sharing the screen. Let me check my sir, I'm experiencing some difficulty in network. Okay, never mind. If you are facing network issues, from my side, I cannot help you. Try to find a place from where you can get better network connection, and you can really understand what we are trying to discuss from the class. Okay, so Adidas, Pata, what is the full form of Adidas? Yes, unmute your microphone. It's a funny part.
Yeah. Come again. I didn't get you clear.
Okay, what is the full form of the brand Adidas?
All days I dream about sports.
Okay, very good. Thank you. Give a big round of applause for Mr. Pata. All day I dream about sports. All day I dream about sports. Okay, fine. I thought Mr. Pata will say all day I dream about Singapore. But luckily you said
No.
that sports. Thank you so much. Now, yeah, it was a part of funny things. Yes, all those organizations, they are using mass production so that they really can maintain their huge market in all over the world. Yes, some characteristics of mass production are what will be the most common characteristics of mass production, my friend. Yes, the work culture will be same, but it will be smart. If it is not smart, if it is not all about smart technology, do you think so Coca-Cola can produce billions of units of drinks in a single day? Quite impossible, right? Next one, next characteristic, my friend, pay attention. Here, when everything is well organized, well customized, there will be less workload for the employees. And when there is less workload, our team members, our employees can be more productive. Not only that, we can quickly supervise and quickly control all the operation, all the approach of our organization, my friends. Very straightforward. You can read later on. I don't want to stick to this slide because it's all about some straightforward characteristics of mass production. Now, ladies and gentlemen, types of production, we will be talking about the last type. It is called process production. Now, think carefully. What would be the best term? What would be the best definition of process production? What we need to do under this special type of production? We need to do processing, right? We need to do processing. Processing meaning to say we must have to know how to transfer, how to give a new form from the raw materials, right? Especially oil and gas, because the fuel, it could be different form, right? It could be diesel, it could be octane, right? It could be petrol, so on and so forth. But if your business is related to process related, you know, when we will collect the natural wealth like oil, we need to go a series of processing activities. Mr. Tapalo, you got my point? After collecting from the natural sources, there will be different kinds of approach in an organizational setting. Think about, you know, British Petroleum, right? What they are doing, they just process, right? They complete a series of process with the raw materials like petrol, octane, so on and so forth. Now, in order to promote with these special kinds of production, first of all, we need an expert team. Should I make myself clear to you? If it is all about chemical industry, you need someone who has vast knowledge about the processing of different chemicals. You see, if you are working with pharmaceuticals, manufacturing things, medicine, you need someone who is very expert in pharmaceutical science. Now you understand what I'm trying to mean? Maybe your product is something like steel, iron. So you need someone who is expert in mechanical types of engineering. Comparing to the last three process, job, wage, mass, process, production, a bit risky. Do you understand what I'm trying to mean? A bit risky. We need to follow the standard procedures so that we can really create a safe environment for our employees. Do you understand what I'm trying to mean? I had one friend who used to work in a chemical company in Singapore, and he used to earn 4,000 plus Sing dollars each and every single month. Maricel, you got my point? Maricel, you got my point? Pata, you got my point? Ruda, you got my point? Mr. Nurullah, you got my point? 4,000 plus dollars. And without even completing the, maybe according to your country, without even completing secondary school education. Why he received that much of good salary? Because the environment was risky. And once he met with me, and I noticed he became like that, very teeny, very, very sick types because of the surroundings, because of the chemicals. So it's a different story, but why I'm sharing this one, ladies and gentlemen, when you are planning that my business will be related to process related production, you have to really, really customize. You have to really, really know in details how you need to handle those different chemicals, those different natural resources, you follow? So that you really can process it without creating any difficulties. Nowadays in our household, we are using, special kinds of processed gas, right? To cook, right? From where it comes? It comes from the processing system. You follow? We are using aerosol in order to kill the insect that we have in our house. Do you know how difficult, how dangerous it is for our body, for our health? But still, we need to produce this product. You understand, my friend? I'll bring to the slide because I have something more important to share with all of you by following the slides. So when we are talking about the process of, the process production, what we need to do, my friend, process manufacturing is a production method that creates goods by combining supplies, combining different ingredients, different raw materials, different chemicals, different formula, different recipe, different technique, different technology in order to get such product like food and beverage, like refined oil, like pharmaceuticals product, like chemicals product, like plastic product. Now you understand, my friend? So here, some example as I highlighted from my slide, it's oil and gas, steel and chemicals. Let's proceed to the next slide. And then let me explain about the cell production here. So types of process production. So far, any question, guys? Here, as I explained to all of you, you need to have expert, those who really know about the sectors where you are going to operate your business, especially chemical industry, pharmaceuticals industry, oil and gas industry, food and beverage industry, so on and so forth. And here, obviously, we must have to have, security, the security pattern, the safety measurement more stronger than any other production process that already we have discussed from today's class, ladies and gentlemen. Now, let me explain about the cell production, another form, right? Cell production is a form of team working and helps in order to ensure worker commitment. So here, what does it mean? That there will be an environment, cooperative types of environment You follow what I'm trying to mean? Team spirit will be there. Team spirit will be there in order to complete a specific task. So this special, it's actually it's not a direct, you know. Yes, 1D printing firm also will fall under the process production for sure, no problem. Yes, yes, Mr. Eric, paint production will also be an example of the processing production. Now, cell production, where actually we already have done 4 different types of production, but why we are talking about cell production here? Actually here, it's all about the operation, how we will make it done. It could be job production, batch production, mass production, process production. How we need to do, what we need to do, what are the procedures we have to follow, what kinds of culture we have to develop in your organization. See the next slide, my friends. What we need to do, we need to have a team of workers, not a group of workers, my friend. We need what? We need a team of workers. Because the cell production, you cannot do it only one people. You need a specialized team. For example, see, you are going to do car assembly. You know the car assembly, especially if you study about Toyota, BMW, Mercedes, you can understand that they produce all those different parts first, and then they do the assembly. They give a shape of a car. So now, in order to give a shape of a car, what we need? We need a team spirit, right? Maybe a group of our team, a team will be expert with the engine setup. You see, a group of team will be expert in order to set all the other necessary things like the wheels, tire, you know, interior design, so on and so forth. Next one, as supervisory responsibility, ladies and gentlemen, cell production. Yes, what do we need to do? We must have to know how quickly we can identify if there is any problem with our entire operation. Mr. Kusi, you got my point what I'm trying to mean? Miss Noor Sheila, you got my point what I'm trying to mean? Quickly supervising. Just, you know, let me give you an example. If you work in a big manufacturing company, sometimes someone from audit department, right? Out of sudden, they will come and have an audit. Mr. Nurullah, please try to understand. And those who are doing audit, do you think so they need to check like that? They will never do that. They'll just have a look, and within nanosecond, they will figure out something wrong with this part. Please correct it. Do you understand what I'm trying to mean, my friends? We or our team must have to have these kinds of skills in order to enhance the cell production in an organizational settings. A quick responsibility, a quality responsibility, meaning to say we need more professional, not just for the sake of doing. We must have to do it in order to make the standard of the product, standard of the quality. Because my friend, cell production, they are the responsible in order to work with the final product that customer will receive, that customer will be using within shortest possible time. So see, team spirit should be there. How we can monitor, how we can figure out the wrong, or if anything wrong with the product, with the system, with the cycle, with the production. And there will be more professionalism. As I said, we cannot be just do for the sake of doing. We have to do it with full of energy, with full of positivity, with full of responsibilities. Ladies and gentlemen, I have a small activity slide for all of you. Could you please give me the answer? Just read the question, and the chat box is open for all of my students. Now 102 students are listening to me. Could you please find out the right answer from those question number 1, number 2, and number 3? Very simple. If you really understand all those processes, you will definitely can make the right answer. And don't forget to put the question number. For example, question number 1A. Follow the smart way to make it smarter. Very good. I'm happy with the answer of question number 1. Second one, what do you think, my friend? What you need to do, you need to answer all the 3 questions together. For example, question number 1, question number 2, question number 3. And you have to send like that. Follow the example that I have shared in the chat box, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, you have to, oops. See the way I send. Could you please try to send like that so that I can check all of your answer within shortest possible time? Okay, now I can see all of your answer together. Fine. Gracie, A, B, B. Wow. Okay, I said A, C, B. Now let me explain. Question number 1, how many finished goods are produced in a job production? Very simple, easy to understand. Am I right? Miss Noor Sheila, only 1. Job meaning to say only 1. Single, individual, being customized. So question number 1, the right answer is option A. What happened to question number 2? Read the question paper carefully. See, in a factory producing, for example, in an organization, they are producing 200,000 packets of candies a single day. See the number, my friend. There is a gap, are used to move products from one stage to another stage. How they will produce, how they will move their product from one stage to another stage. As the number of product, we can consider it as mass production. Am I right? Not the single or the batch, the job production. So they will use what? Yes, Irish, you are absolutely right. In the production procedures, if the number is many and huge, they will use conveyor belts so that they can they can move their product from one side to another side with the help of their very automation system, right? Conveyor belts. Yes, question number 2, the right answer is option B. What happened to question number 3, my friends? Very careful. This one comes from the process production. As a production manager for a pharmaceutical or for a medicine company, the employee you manage will be in which way? Option A, B, and C. Because the pharmaceuticals, we must have to have the ability to supervise quickly. Am I right? Remember I said earlier, Mr. Kursi, when we are talking about the processing industry. Fine. So the right option will be option B, obviously option B. Monitoring the overall production and medicine through technology or through machinery, right? So option, the question number 3, the right answer is option B. Yeah, I can see Paris Celine. She's so excited because she could make all those answer as right answer. Wow, very good. Now, very simple. It was a very simple part of activities, but I'm so happy most of our students could make the right answer. But I was a bit surprised. Do you know why? Because one of my students says job production is 100. And I was thinking, why 100? Never mind, it's 1, my friend. Let's proceed to the next important topic for today's class. Another important topic, my friend, production planning. Now, already we have come to know different production types. Let me make the summary of the first part of today's class so that you guys can get the complete idea what we are going to do for the next part of the class. We talk about production. Production could be two types. One is service, another is product or goods, right? Service meaning to say, you know how to talk with the people if your business is related to, hospitality industry. And product and goods, it's all about the physical products, right? We talk about the objectives of production because we need production according to the needs of human being, right? No production, no business. We need to develop the production for new business, for new opportunities, for new market, for new customer, for new consumer. A lot of straightforward statements you can learn from there, my friends. Then we talk about 4 different types of production, which are job production, batch production, mass production, and process production. Job meaning to say one, batch it's meat amount, right? But the mass production is huge quantity. And when we talk about process production, it's all about working with different chemicals, different materials, so that we can convert them, we can process them, and we can give them as a form of product or as a form of services. We talk about different case studies, different organizations where they can even integrate the job production feature in order to customize or in order to fulfill an individual's request for the very brand. We talk about Louis Vuitton, we talk about Fame and Partners, we talk about the function of beauty, the hair specialist, right? We talk about Rapha, another clothing brands. We talk about Puma, we talk about Levi's. All those well-known brands, they work so hard under the job production feature in order to fulfill the special request of their customers. And the second component we talk about batch production. Batch production will involve big size of technology comparing to the job production approach, right? When we are talking about bakeries item, textiles, furniture items, right? We can consider them as the batch production. Mass production, as all of you can see, it's huge. We need more capital, we need more money, we need more raw materials, we need more technology so that we can produce more product and we can even think carefully about the cost management of our production. Then we talk about mass production. Yep, some features and some examples of mass production. We talk about the characteristics of mass production and the types of production. We also talk for the last component, process production. And we have another production called cell production. Actually, it's all about creating an effective workflow or workforce for our organization so that they can be more productive, more result oriented and more successful as a form of organizational settings. That's all about the very first part of today's class. I have another 11 minutes before moving to the tea break. I'll be explaining from this part, production planning, what we need to do. You got to identify your business industry, because some of you already said, teacher, I want to open my own business in future. So first of all, you have to sit with pen and paper, and we have to plan properly. Marisol, you got my point? What business you want to do? F&B business, hospitality industry, tourism, clothing, fashion designing, IT, pharmaceuticals, or what? You have to come out with an idea. And after having the idea, because today we are talking about production and transformation, you have to find out your business will fall under which production type. Is it pure job production? Is it batch? Is it mass? Is it processing? Is it sell? In what? You have to come out. See, and when you know that I'm going to use the the job production approach for my business, or I'm going to use batch production approach for my business, or maybe mass production for your business, whatever it is, then you have to sit with another piece of pen and paper in order to plan about your production. Do you understand what I'm trying to mean, my friend? Production planning. Let me give you an example. Think about an organization, think about a factory. They produce handbags. Let me give you an example because I have a very ugly handbag. See? So think about an organization. This factory or this manufacturing industry, they produce handbags like that. So the management of this very factory or very organization, they need to plan the production of a number of bags based on demand forecast for each design seasonally. Again, let me repeat my statement. The leaders from the handbag organization, they will come out with a number, how many units we need to prepare for the market, especially for the summer season, especially for the winter season, maybe especially for the Christmas season. Now you understand, my friend, using the right material and right resources, such as under production planning, the factory, those who are, that are producing handbags, they will find out what quality full leather the leaders will bring in the industry, in the factory. You follow the leather, what kinds of leather? You follow? Is it from cow leather or other animal leather? For each item, and the bags are made in the factory. Now, do you understand what is the meaning of production planning? So what is your production? And you have to find out the quantity that you need to prepare, and from where you will collect the raw materials, and you have to check that your product, how they will fulfill your customers' expectation, or how you will serve your customers, how you will allocate your manpower, meaning to say how you will implement or utilize your manpower in your organization. And you have to check your production capacity and the raw materials and the materials and the technology that you have in your organization. Now, do you understand what is the meaning of production planning? Let me stop sharing the screen because I would like to talk with the class. Guys, do you have any idea about production planning, as I already have given an example by using the leather handbag? What are the things they need to plan, right? First of all, they need to plan. They need to understand the market demand. Do not just produce 10,000 handbag like that if there is no demand in the market. You follow? Mary Joy, Bevi, Mr. Nurullah, Mr. Kusi, Nur Sultana. Let me go to the second page. Maybe Mary Reen, Mr. Eric, right? Mia, wow, very good. Duana, and all of you ladies and gentlemen. What we need to do, we must have to, and even Mr. Kamal. Hi, Mr. Kamal. Today you are so happy. I don't know what happened to you. Okay, now, what do we need to do? We need to come out with the number, the market demands. And then what do we need to do? We need to think carefully about the qualityful raw materials that we can bring in our organization so that we can produce better production. You see? And what else? Anyone would like to share your idea? I can see Mr. Eric is here. Yes, Eric, unmute your microphone. Do it a bit faster. Yes. Go on. Production planning. What are the things? With an example, please.
All right. I will want to say that in my part of the world, when going into production, what you look at are maybe the factors of production you are going to consider.
Okay.
The resources, for instance, if you are going into an agriculture production, that is farming, you look at the fertility of the land and the labor that you are going to employ, be it a human labor or machinery labor. You also look at road network to maybe transport your farm produce after production. So these are some of the things that in my part of the work, if I want to go into farming, I will consider.
Yeah, Mr. Eric, you are absolutely right. See how humble Mr. Eric is. See, he used the term "in my part of the world." Wow, very good. Mr. Eric, I will add one additional information. If you are planning about agricultural business, agricultural product, for production planning, you have to consider about the climate of the area where you are going to promote your business. You see the climate, is it summer, winter? Because you have to be very ready with the raw materials. You see, so you have to consider about the climate, and according to this climate, which agricultural or farming business will be the most suitable, most profitable, most accurate to move forward. Now you understand, my friend, good friend, Mr. Eric. Thank you so much for sharing your idea about production planning. Anyone? Raise your digital hand, because we have another 3 to 4 minutes. You guys will speak. I'm not going to speak because today's class is more about sharing ideas. Because you guys have to come out with your own creativity, how you can develop your product, you know, production planning, so on and so forth. Ali, yeah, I can see my one student. Yes, you can unmute. Production planning.
Yes, in my own understanding. Hello.
Yeah, we can hear you. Go on.
Okay, on my own understanding, it's just like a company that is producing soft drink.
Okay.
Then the top management will sit and discuss and said, wow, so the demand is high. We plan to, you know, process like much more what we used to produce.
Okay, very good. Yeah, so according
Yes.
to Aliu, you are absolutely right, my friend. He said in production planning, what we need to do, the top management, those who are in the leadership position, those who are working in decision making, they will communicate, they will talk each other, and they will come out with better ideas. Because his example is all about software industry, follow, developing new software. Yes, it's another good side, good example. I'm so happy because without communicating, without analyzing, without featuring, or without getting more information from the decision maker part, it's quite impossible to develop the quality or the best product in the market. Yeah, I can see Geneva, unmute your microphone, my friend. Production planning. Yeah, okay, go on.
Out of this world, for me, production plan is the act of developing and guide for the designs and production. So just for example, I always eat in Jollibee. So the production process is great. They all communicate each other to produce the best product.
Okay, yes, very close. Fine. Yeah, according to Geneva, she said that yes, how we really can come out with an idea that will fulfill overall quality of our products that we are going to promote in the market. That's what she's trying to mean. Yes, it's totally right. Nothing wrong with that. Now, guys, what I'm going to do now, because it's now 11:30 p.m., right? So why not we go for a tea break, and when you will have a cup of tea, Could you please think properly? Only one, I will give a one specific topic. Think about hospitality industry, how you will plan better services or maybe better product, not in manufacturing industry, not other, just hospitality industry. Let's think about it and let's have a cup of tea. And after the break time, maybe I'll spend 10 minutes with all of you guys to hear your ideas, how you will think or how you will develop your product, especially in the hospitality industry. Is that clear, my friends? Do you understand my concept? Gomati, Mr. Nurullah, you understand what we are trying to do? Okay, let's do it, my friends. Let's go and let's think. We will be back in 15 minutes.